Good morning. You're watching PA Harness Week. I'm Charlotte McBride. While it doesn't quite feel like it, spring has officially sprung, and that means harness racing is in full bloom across the Northeast. From the Poconos out to Yonkers, and of course, right here in Harris, Philadelphia, we've got all your racing action covered for you right here on PA Harness Week. Pocono is officially off and racing. We'll show you the Bobby Weiss eliminations coming up. Plus, Kelly features driver Marcus Miller. And I'll talk with driver Jim Marshall III. Later on, we'll head to Yonkers to see how the champion, foiled again, did at the Levy. And right here at Harris, Philadelphia, Golden Receiver finally gets a race. It's racing's fastest paced half hour, and it all starts right now on Comcast Sportsnet.
There they go. Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway. Starting fast outside here, Brent Messenger into the early. 55 before the halftime. Just over 3 to go. At the top of the stretch.
Hello there, harness racing fans. PA Harness Week is on gate, behind the gate, and ready for a start. And as Chaka Khan was fond of saying, once you get started, it's hard to stop. But we have no intention of stopping, at least for the next half hour, as we give you all the harness racing action you need, and some of it you don't need. But it's okay, you'll get the stuff you need, right, babe?
Oh, yeah, and more.
And more, thank you.
Yes.
Big doings going on. Mohegan Sun and Pocono Downs, they opened up for their season, which goes on and on and on and on. So we not only have great racing from Harris, Philly, we have great racing from Mohegan Sun and Pocono Downs. My pulse is racing. Your pulse is probably racing. Should we get right to the races?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
What do you say?
And we're going to start with Mohegan Sun and Pocono Downs.
Can you start out by showing a little leg? How about a little leg? A little leg? How about well, it's actually a decent, no, well, actually, it's the first leg of the first division of the Bobby Weiss late closer. That's the leg I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Did you think I had something else in mind?
Yeah, I'm not ever quite sure with you, but that's a good idea. Let's get started with the legs, all right?
Yeah.
This is for 3-year-olds. Number 6 is Humility, goes to post for trainer Tony Lanya, who happens to be the conditioner of the 2012 Pacer of the Year, Captain Treacherous.
And named after me, I might add, Mr. Humility. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Captain Treacherous. Anyway, okay, number 1 is Rockaholic. This is his second start of the season. He was ace in his first start, maybe just needed, you know, like a start to get under his girth a little bit to get going. Number 9 is Axiom Hanover. He's the favorite. And most of the field has raced as a 2-year-old. This horse just started racing as a 3-year-old this year, but he's really did well in the Junior Trend Center at the Big M.
The half is 56-3, 28-2. Second panel nearly as quick as the first there as they were with the wind. And now against the wind here, the lead belongs there to Axiom Hanover by about 1.25 lengths going along nicely. Rockaholic is second there. Outside Dharm Initiative struggling to keep up his first over move in the inside now. That's Humility taking over third. Also looking to get through inside is Sterling Brigade, backed up on the outside, Kenzie's Beach Boy and Cocomara. 3/4, 124-4, 28-1 third panel. It's still Axiom Hanover. Rockaholic looking for a second move now. And then Humility. Way out wide is Kenzie's Beach Boy. Top of the stretch, it's Axiom Hanover by about 1 length. All out is Rockaholic. Axiom Hanover digging in here. It's Axiom Hanover and Rockaholic. Axiom Hanover.
Axiom Hanover breaks his maiden in this race.
Wow.
Yeah, and a big 153 effort with Andrew McCarthy in the bike for trainer Aaron Lambert. Rockaholic, he got a good trip, picked up the place money, and then showing off in the show spot was Webster's Dictionary definition, modesty in self-estimation, which is humility.
Wow. I would have thought showing off had something to do with the leg, but that was just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're still hooked up on that leg, aren't you?
And speaking of legs, I'd like to show another leg. How about the second leg? Well, actually, it's still the first leg. It's the second division. This is a goodie to 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers. The second division, 15 dimes on the line. The Irv Miller entry of 1, Sky's the Limit with Marcus Miller, and 1A, Deep Sea Hanover with Jim Morrill Jr. with a 4-5 chalks. Number 3, A Better World. Don't we wish for that? It was 2-1 with Andrew McCarthy and with a call, the voice of Mohegan Sun of Pocono Downs, Jim Baviglia.
Well rated there by Marcus Miller, and it's still sky is the limit, going along nicely but unhurried by a length. Great trip so far for a Better World. Big brush on the outside now coming from UF Dragons Cruiser and Matt Kakali as the pace has picked up considerably now. Twin Creeks Jesse got that live cover on the outside fourth. Wilcox is boxed in but only 3 off the lead. Then Sand Hickory, Deep Sea Hanover at the back, just a jolt. 3/4, 125 even, 28 even there on the back, and it's still sky is the limit, trying to take them all the way. Outside UF Dragons Cruiser getting closer with each step. A Better World looking to pounce from the pocket further back to Wilcox. Top of the stretch, it's sky is the limit, and Marcus Miller, here comes a Better World up the passing lane now. Sky is the limit put to the test. A Better World inching up on the inside. Bang, bang, finish. Sky is the limit.
Sky is the limit went right to the front. A Better World sat the pocket trip. They stayed that way till the stretch, and then the real racing began. Hammer and tongue. They went at each other like dogs in the stretch. At the end, Sky is the limit. Won by about a sneeze over a Better World in 152 and 3. UF Dragons Cruiser off at 9-1 when Matt Kakali was a non-threatening third.
I just want to mention Bobby Weiss. He was the former director for track maintenance at the track for 40 years. So we can thank him for that amazing service at Pocono.
Only 40 years?
Yeah, right. He's retired now, but it's really nice. They have a whole series named after him for all the work he put in.
That was beautiful for a guy who can't really hold a job.
Oh, for 40 years. Okay. I'm a little slow this morning.
I get it. It's early. I understand that. Not a problem. We're on earlier now. 10:30 in the morning on Saturdays on Comcast Sportsnet. By the way, the winning driver, Marcus Miller, and we will have an in-depth look at Marcus Miller with our Kelly Connors when we come back in the next segment. And also, you think we're done? More from Harris, Philadelphia. Don't go away.
Golden Receiver's got everything his own way. Now he picks up the pace.
When it's your time to shine, what will you do? At Mohegan Sun, wherever tonight takes you, it's your time to shine.
Feel the action. Get a taste of victory. Spice things up. And play to win. Mohegan Sun. Off-track wagering. Allentown, Carbondale, East Stroudsburg. Always leave happy.
Hi there, welcome back to PA Harness Week. Along with the lovely Heather Vitale, I'm the lovely Steve Ross. And we're going to go to Harris Philly, Friday's 11th race. It was the feature, $40,000 in the line, but it could have been a lot more because the big hoss was in the race, and Heather's got that for you.
Yes, Golden Receiver's in this race. He is the 6th horse. Now, this is important for everybody to know. First of all, the horse is undefeated, okay? And he won the Presidential at the Meadowlands. But he has not raced for a month now.
Why?
You know? Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. Like, horses don't want to race against him. Like,
You're scared?
Yeah, like, I'm not kidding. Like,
wow.
Really, it's great that Harris Philadelphia had this race. Golden Receiver dropped in the box, and a lot of the other horsemen this past, few times that Golden Receiver's dropped in the box, has said, like, if Golden Receiver's in, I don't want to race against him. So thank you, Harris Philadelphia, having the race. Golden Receiver's in it, and again, has not raced for a month, did have a qualifier, so sometimes you're not really sure how a horse is going to react after having a month off. So we'll see. I also want to mention, though, number 5 is Rockin' the House. He's the second choice. He won 2 in a row at the Meadowlands against really good competition lately in like 150 and change, and he is going to be nice and tight here.
Golden Receiver's got everything his own way. Now he picks up the pace. And the whip is over Tim Tetrick's shoulder. Golden Receiver extends the lead to a length and 3/4. The pace picks up noticeably past the 5/16. Fleming M is second. Rockin' the House angles wide to give chase into the far turn. Still 3 off the lead. Shuby's Place has 5 to make up. Then Mr. Hassani and Better's Glass last of all with 3/16 to go. 7 off the lead. 3/4 in 1:22 and 3. They come to the 8th pole. Rockin' the House broke. Rockin' the House broke. Mr. Hassani stumbled 2. And Golden Receiver's off the corner a length better than Fleming M out to give chase. Teacher calling upon Golden Receiver for more pace. Fleming M second by a length and a half. Shuby's Place is third. Golden Receiver down to the line.
Golden Receiver for trainer Mark Harder and driver Tim Teacher.
Shocking.
Yeah, win easily. A 151 wire-to-wire effort. Many say he is the best horse right now in the country. Many say the best horse on the entire planet.
How fast do you think this horse can go?
You know, I don't know. It's getting warmer now, but also, you know, you've got Foiled again that's coming back, and Fred and Ginger, all these horses. So, you know, stakes racing is coming up. It's going to be a really interesting year. He has his own Facebook page. I got to throw that out to you. All right, so if you're on Facebook, look up Golden Receiver. It's a really fun page.
I talked to him. What's that say about
I heard
me?
you sending private messages to him.
Well, you have to go into that.
All right. Oh, you know what? I do want to mention this. Rockin' the House went off stride. Yannick and I talked about that. The horse has a little trouble around the turns, hits his knees a little bit. Nothing to worry about. Just couldn't get around the turns that well today.
Okay.
Or on this day.
All right, cool. Sunday's ninth here at Harris, Philly. 3- and 4-year-old Colton Geldings. Number 4, Rock Icon with Eric Carlson was 3-2. Number 7, Native Style was 2-1 with Tim Tetrick. And number 6, Fast Pulse, like we have right here on this show, Heather and I, with Dave Miller, the 5-1 third choice, and with the call, our own James Withright.
Auckland Flyer a length and a quarter in front. Ooh Bad Boy offers just mild pressure but is leveling off as Auckland Flyer accelerates clear once again. Rock Icon's going evenly in the loose pocket. Fast Pulse has 3 to make up behind Stale Cover. Caught in a blind switch as Native Style launches a 3-wide bid. Enjoy the Ride buried in traffic. 4 from the front. Scarborough Hanover whips them in 2 off last. 3/4 126 and 2 in the stretch. Auckland Flyer turned aside. Ooh Bad Boy. Rock Icon's called upon for more, and here's Fast Pulse descending on them. Rock Icon the advantage. Rock Icon.
Rock and Roll Icon left and got hung to the quarter before making the lead. Then Auckland Flyer flew up, took the top with Rock Icon now second. Fast Pulse got a perfect second over trip, and the stretch drive was hot and heavy, just like I like it. Rock Icon, son of recently deceased Rock and Roll Hanover, won it in 154 and 3. Fast Pulse closed well for second, as did Native Style, who was a fast closing third. And now you think the action is done? Well, it ain't, because Heather has race 12 on Sunday.
I do have race 12. I just want to touch on Rock and Roll Hanover really quickly. You know, 2005 Harness Horse of the Year, and he just passed away a few weeks ago. It was a huge deal. You know, this was not only a great racehorse, but this is a horse who is becoming a leading sire in the business. So it's just a shame. He had like a gastric impaction where the food does not come out of the stomach and move into the intestine, and it just goes to show you all the love that this horse had, and the best doctors in the world could not save him. May he rest in peace. Huge deal in harness racing. Amen. So he's going to really be missed. But yes, you're right. I can't dwell on it. I'm going to move on to the next race. Oh, we have 3- and 4-year-old pacers in here. Non-winners of 8 races. The purse is $18,000. Number 4 is Man He Can Scoot. Beaten favorite. Last time out, he's the favorite again. Of course, looking to redeem himself. And number 1, Linwood Player has the country's leading driver, Corey Callahan, in the bike. Number 3 is Do Me That Again. Now, this is just his second start of the season.
Linwood Player, who's facing heavier pressure now from Do Me That Again, within a half length on the outside. 3/4 in 124 and 3. Coming to the top of the stretch. Linwood Player, 3/4 in front. Do Me That Again, driven to give chase. Linwood Player's all out. Do Me That Again, the advantage. Simon's Artist rallying down the open stretch. Out wide, Man He Can Scoot up to the line. Do Me That Again.
Linwood Player gets to the front by the time they reach the stands, but then driver Marcus Miller pulls the right line, and Do Me That Again wins in 151 and 4, pays $12.20. Man He Can Scoot came home the fastest, but he had to settle for second. Third was Linwood Player, and going back to that winning driver, Marcus Miller. Our Kelly Connors caught up with him, say that 5 times in a row. And we're going to find out more about Marcus Miller and his being in a royalty family in harness racing.
Being born into one of the most successful racing families has made it easy for driver Marcus Miller to develop a love for the sport.
Not very many people can say they get to do what they love for a living, and I'm one of those lucky people.
The 23-year-old son of training legend Irv Miller and nephew of Team Crush Andy and Julie, Marcus is living up to his famous last name and making his own mark in the world of harness racing.
I started when I was like 12. I was like stall cleaner and barn weed eater and stuff, and kind of worked my way up, started jogging, training. When I was 15, I won my first amateur race. I had a couple that made it to Chicago, and it just kind of kept progressing, and now I'm out here.
Since blowing in from the Windy City, Miller has taken Pocono by storm. In just his first week here, he has worked his way to the top of their driver standings. But he's learned from family and experience to take the good with the bad.
First thing I can remember is Andy said, I won a race. It was an amateur race. I was like 16, and Andy happened to be there. It was at the Illinois State Fair, and he said, all right, good job. Now turn the page. Work on the next race. So good or bad, just move on. I'm definitely starting over. I mean, like in Chicago, I was 1-2 in the driver standings the past 3 years, so now that I'm here, you know, most people they're not sure who I am. I'm Irv's kid. Can he drive, or is he just driving good horses? And so I kind of got to prove myself all over again.
With his uncle's career advice, his father's colors, and his very own hot pink race bike,
I wanted a color that was different, and it's very easy to spot, so you know where I'm at on the racetrack all the time.
Marcus plans to make Pocono a mainstay with the ultimate goal of one day traveling the Great Grand Circuit.
I would love to catch a Grand Circuit horse. If I could, a Breeders' Crown type horse, I would love to do that. That's one of the things that prompted me to move, was to the opportunity to drive a horse like that.
For PA Harness Week, I'm Kelly Connors.
What a great talent, an up-and-coming talent. And why shouldn't it be? Look at the blood going through his veins.
Great DNA.
Oh, absolutely. Son of Irv Miller, his uncle's Andy Miller. I mean, it's just amazing. So
His grandfather's Mitch Miller.
Yeah. And by the way, we're looking for a sponsor by Miller Light or Ultra Light.
My fave. Pop one open for me.
That's right.
There you go. Stay with us when we come back. Our lovely Charlotte McBride caught up with driver Jim Marshall. It's a feature you won't want to miss. Stay with us.
Tonight, it's ladies' night. The lights are low, and the stakes are high. Sometimes ladies' night is just a date night in disguise. At Mohegan Sun, wherever tonight takes you, it's your time to shine.
Hi there, welcome back to PA Harness Week. And we are here at Harris, Philadelphia, as per usual, along with Heather Vitale. I'm Steve Ross. And our Charlotte McBride caught up with a driver who's been around for a long time. In fact, he's been around so long, he actually has a third following his aristocratic-sounding name. His name is Jim Marshall. Let's watch.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with driver Jim Marshall. Jim, you've been doing this for a long time. What got you started in harness racing?
It was a family thing. My father trained and raced horses and grew up around it and liked it and kept right on going.
Have you ever considered doing anything else in your life?
Only when things got a little rough from time to time, but just whenever things would get rough, it seemed like, something would, you'd get a decent horse, something would come along and keep you going.
So I'm sure, just like any other driver, you've had the ups, you had the downs. What are some of your favorite moments, if you could look back and pick some of your favorite moments?
Training some good horses. We had a trotting filly called Excuse-moi quite a few years ago. A pacing colt called Sleep Easy quite a few years back. And we have a nice two-year-old last year. John Polyview actually qualified yesterday here. He's a real nice colt.
How much longer do you think you'll do this?
I don't know. I guess until I think I can retire, which doesn't look like it's too soon.
Looking back on your career, is there anything that you would like to do over? I know some drivers say, oh, I wish I had done this differently maybe down the road.
No, I think, I'm from New Jersey. I traveled a little bit when I was younger, and then live right near Freehold and Jackson and race there, and it's a good spot. You can come here, you can go to Yonkers, and I'm kind of happy with how things turned out.
You're from New Jersey. You mentioned that. You come and you race here a lot. Obviously, we're talking to you here at Harris, Philadelphia. Do you have a favorite track? Do you have a place that you really just like to call home?
Well, Freehold. It's back in the day, the purses were better, and it's always been a nice place to race, and that's home. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Well, there was some big doings at Yonkers on Saturday. They had 6 divisions of the George M. Levy Memorial. Traditionally has the best pacing talent around on that half-mile oval. We're going to focus on the 10th race because the champ was back. Who is the champ? Foiled again. And with that, Heather's got that for you.
Thank you very much. Yes, with the 6 divisions, they all went for $50,000. Each division did. So, of course, there's several legs to this leading up to the final, of
and
the
the folks should know that if you miss this one, there'll be one a week for the next 47 weeks. It'll be great. You'll love it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Levy's season at Yonkers, but the good thing is they really are great top pacers, and every race that they have is just an experience. Okay, yes. 2 main contenders in this one. We've got number 1, as you mentioned, the champion, foiled again. He is the older pacer of the year this past year. Last year he was pacer and older pacer of the year. Richest pacer ever in North American history, okay?
But
huge.
The question is, can he beat Golden Receiver?
I don't know. Dude, we got to take this week by week, okay? Right now. He's a 3-5 favorite. Don't jump ahead here. Second choice is number 4, Razzle Dazzle. The big thing here is he has gold, and see what you did to me. He's got Brian Sears in the bike. Okay, Brian Sears is like rolling Yonkers right now. All right? I mean, like, actually, yeah.
The big fupa?
He's walking around with a crown on his head, goes in the paddock, sits in a throne. No, really, no, true story. But anyway, so Razzle Dazzle has Brian Sears, foiled again, has Yannick Gingras. Let's see what happens.
Razzle Dazzle foiled again, wants to fight him off. Gap of 2.5 to Coral Snake in third. It's a gap of 4.5 to I Found My Beach, who's 3 in front of Our Cullen's Crown. Here we go again, and River Shark. They went an opening quarter in 27 seconds flat, and Sears wanted the lead, and he has it now. It's Razzle Dazzle from foiled again off the layoff. Sitting second, a gap of 3.5 to Coral Snake third, and I Found My Beach, so there's been no change, and Razzle Dazzle wants to carve it out and leads it by 2. Foiled again. Letting it by 2. Foiled again, the 3-time Levy winner, sitting the pocket, a gap of 2 to Coral Snake in third. I Found My Beach, and now to the outside, Our Cullen's Crown in a 56-3 half mile, 29-3 second quarter. Very soft for this bunch. Then it's a link back to Here We Go Again, and the trailer is River Shark, and now Razzle Dazzle sneaks away from foiled again, and the lead is 2.5, 3. In third is Coral Snake. Outside fourth is Our Cullen's Crown, but he's stalled. Down to the inside is I Found My Beach. Here We Go Again behind dull cover. Foiled again's going to have to quicken because Razzle Dazzle means business. 3 quarters and 1, 24-4. 28-1 third quarter. Razzle Dazzle foiled again's got to do better. A gap of 3 to Coral Snake in third. And then on the outside, Our Cullen's Crown, and I Found My Beach into the stretch. Razzle Dazzle, all dazzle so far. Leading it by 2. Foiled again on the outside. Putting a late bid as time begins to run out. Razzle Dazzle foiled again, just can't get him.
Razzle Dazzle, trained by Mark Silva, busts out of the gate and seems to just have it in his mind that he is going to cut the mile out. He totally controlled the fractions in here. He's able to sprint away from the field a little bit, and then he wins in a 1:53.1. Foiled again, of course, race favorite, your beaten favorite, gets a perfect trip. He was second, okay? So let's talk to Yannick and find out the story behind foiled again, finishing second in the Levy. Yannick, we just saw the race, and I obviously was expecting him to win. You know, he finished second, beaten favorite. What happened?
I thought he raced really good. To be honest with you, after the second qualifier, I thought he'd need a couple start. You know what I mean? I didn't think he was quite that good in the qualifier. I thought, he was okay, but he wasn't foiled again. You know what I mean, that he could be. You know, so I was actually very, very pleased with his first start. I thought that if he had a start under his belt, I think he would have beat that horse. I mean, and I think Razzle Dazzle, I think it's a very good horse. You know, so I think my horse is good.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure nothing was wrong with my boo, my baby, foiled again. You were on Twitter, and the fans are loving you on Twitter. Tell me about the experience.
Actually, the Madeline, Jason Settlemore, and these guys, they kind of asked me to do it. They thought maybe it was a good idea to give some picks. I've been doing it every night, Meadowland Racing night. And I think people like it. You know, I can give a little insight on every horse. You know, try to, not try to lead him in the right direction. Sometimes, they don't race the way I expect them to, but that's part of the game too. I don't want to tell everybody I really love one and they don't work out. I feel bad too, but that's like I said, it's part of the game.
Alrighty, when we come back, we're going to go stay at Yonkers and see another great race, and yet another champion will be in action, the great Andrew Vett at a race. Don't go away.
Into the stretch, and Rocklamation in front. Andrew Vett towards the inside, comes to take her on.
Feel the action. Get a taste of victory. Spice things up. And play to win.
Get it!
Mohegan Sun, off-track wagering. Allentown, Carbondale, East Stroudsburg. Always leave happy.
Hi there, welcome back to PA Harness Week along with Heather Vitale. I'm Steve Ross, and as promised, we're going to stay at Yonkers. Big doings going on. The Blue Chip Matchmaker took place on Friday night, and another champion was back racing. It was the great Andrew Vett, okay? But number one, Foxy Lady with Matt Kakeli, and 1A Rocklamation with Yannick Gingras were the 1-5 chalks. Last year's champ Andrew Vett was 8-5 with Tim Tetrick. And here's the exciting action.
On the final turn, with the lead is Rocklamation, but coming to challenge is Katie's Jet. Andrew Vett will wait for the passing lane. A gap of 2 to Kane Cami. She's very hard to handle. And then comes Radar Contact into the stretch. And Rocklamation in front. Andrew Vett towards the inside, comes to take her on. 2 lengths back to Katie's Jet third. It's come down to Rocklamation and Andrew Vett. Rocklamation too good.
Foxy Lady jumped at the start, suddenly making Rocklamation a one-horse entry. Rocklamation cut the mile, Andrew Vett in the 2-hole, and the 2 duel to the wire with Rocklamation winning by a sneeze over Andrew Vett in 156-3. Katie's Jet off at 15-1 with Brian Sears. Maybe the problem was he had too heavy a crown upon his skull that particular race. Yeah. Was third, okay? And that's going to do it for all this exciting stuff on today's edition of PA Harness Week. I would like to wish everyone out there, all of my fellow Jewish friends, a happy Zissen Pesach. And you, for equal time, would like to?
Yes. Happy Easter, everybody. I thought it was an egg-cellent show today.
Oh.
And I am egg-expecting everyone to go on the website at HarnessWeek.com.
And for all of us here at PA Harness Week, including Bruce Costella, Charlotte McBride, Kelly Connors, my lovely partner Heather Vitale, I'm Steve Ross, reminding you to pick up the pace and get high on harness.
It's only natural.
They go. Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway. Starts fast.